Hey everybody, thought I would show off a little project that I've been working on. This is sort of a new casting table, casting station, I guess. So previously for all my kind of resin stuff, it was all kind of pretty make do. I had this old dresser that I took the drawers out of, and it's a little rickety, but it sort of made do. I'd throw a piece of cardboard or garbage bag on top and mix up my resin, but it's really low. It's like, I don't know, 30 something inches. So wasn't great for bending over all the time working on molds. So then I thought, well, maybe I should make like a new table thing. And then I kind of came up with the idea of making it mobile. So I found this cart, this wireframe metal cart at Home Depot, and it's great. You can adjust the shelves whatever height you want, and I can wheel it outside. Right now it's in the garage, but I can wheel it outside if I want to when the weather's nice. So I don't have to deal with fumes and stuff as much. So for the back here, or the tabletop, it's 2 feet deep and it's 3 feet wide, which is just about right for kind of the stuff I work on. It's mostly hand props and blasters and things like that. And then for the stand, I just sort of made this pine wood shelf, put in a bunch of spacers for all the tools. And it's 2 feet tall and 3 feet wide as well too. And just put some pegboard in the back and just glued it together and used an air nailer to put it together. But way more ergonomic. The table's super high, I guess for most people, but for me, like if I bend my arms, this is me trying to film this with one hand, but if I bend my arm at 90 degrees or my elbow at 90 degrees, it basically sits right on the tabletop, which is great for pouring stuff and making sure stuff is even. I don't have to bend over and deal with that. And then here I've got all my stuff. So, my most commonly used, little Dixie cups for mixing resin, slightly bigger kind of beer-sized cups, my stir sticks for mixing silicone that I pilfered from Home Depot. And then I just sort of keep any offcuts of wood from making mold boxes and stuff in here so I can use those as well too. I get pretty thrifty with these. I'll mix, with one side and wipe it off and then, keep it clean. And it pretty much cures anyways, but then I can use the other end for mixing as well too. So trying to recycle stuff if I can. This is the mold release. Manzi's release works awesome. Some sculpting tools, wire loops and neoprene and that kind of thing. Stir sticks or tongue depressors, sort of just easier to reach kind of go-to X-Acto blades, box cutters, and my big chisel scraper thing for prying molds apart. Some cheap brushes, and then underneath here, I kind of just keep a little cup of Vaseline or petroleum jelly for using as a mold release. And then I got some brushes and stuff. A couple rolls of tape here, foil tape for making mold boxes, double-sided tape, just really accessible. These are just at head height or sort of eye height, eye level. Paper towels, of course, really good handy item to have. And then I've done it, just put the bracket this way so that, I'm mostly right-handed, so it's like I can just reach for it and pull it to one side when I need to, and hot glue gun and some masking tape. So that's worked out really well, really ergonomic, just really simple to reach. And, if my waist is up against the edge of the table, I can kind of get to stuff really, really easily. And then underneath, I've got all sort of supplies. So garbage bags on one side, all my rubber gloves for protecting your hands, more tongue depressors, containers for mixing silicone and resin, and then sort of spare Dixie cups and things like that here. And then underneath, I will keep paper towels and resin. So, as I'm mixing stuff, I'll bring it in from the house right now because the garage is kind of cold, but, shake it up and then put it here. So it's easy. I can just tilt it and then just pull the resin out when I need to use it. So really work ergonomic. So as I'm mixing stuff, if I'm cycling through cups, I can just toss them in the garbage just right there. And then if I still need to use the lower table, I can use that to kind of pry molds apart or do whatever I need to do there. And I keep this little heater underneath. So this has worked out super, super well. I've used it a couple times now over the last couple days. And and one more thing, just the garbage bag on top. 3 feet wide seems to work for these Home Depot garbage bags. They fit perfectly with just a couple inches to overlap. And then I just use these big alligator clips to hold them in place. And of course, I had to get a new digital scale too. Last one conked out right in the middle of mixing silicone, which was a huge pain in the butt. So went to London Drugs and got this new food scale, and it works great. Just put a piece of saran wrap on there to protect it. And then this is sort of a little preview. Just finished this mold last night, a new 2-part for this M38 scope. So I'll be using the table to cast up a few samples of that maybe later today. Anyways, there you go. Thanks for watching.